All right, good evening, folks. And hello, Color, and hello, Shane. How you guys? All right, stats look okay. All right. All right, guys, so we are playing some Portal 2 tonight since we finished Portal last weekend, Portal 1. And I actually had to look up when this was released. I couldn't remember how long ago it was. It was actually 2011. I knew it was on the Xbox 360 when I played it. And I'm playing this on the Xbox One, but it's in, backwards compatibility. But I couldn't remember how old it was, and it's almost 10 years old. And Shane, how you doing? You staying cool over there? I hear there's quite the heat wave in Europe right now. Colors have decided I'm going to pre-order Train Sim World 2. Okay, cool. Yeah, I still haven't decided yet. But I don't have to decide until like Wednesday. The discount is good until the actual release. And Shane says it's been raining here for this week, so it was decent as temps. Okay. Yeah, we had some folks here last night, and Shane said it was like 30 plus Celsius for like a week and a half.
These next tests require cooperation.
Oh, we got a trailer.
Consequently, they have never been solved by a human. That's where you come in. You don't know pride. You don't know fear. You don't know anything. You'll be perfect.
Oh, this is the co-op, the trailer for the co-op campaign.
Test chamber completed. Continue testing. Continue testing.
Oops.
Continue testing. The two of you have forged an excellent partnership. Now it's time for your real purpose. Don't disappoint me, or I'll make you wish you could die.
Yeah, I did play the co-op campaign a long time ago. We're not playing that tonight, though. We're just going to do the single player. Let me see. Shane says, now I'm torturing myself with remnants from the ashes. Okay. It's one of the free Epic games for this week, and I hate the game. Oh, okay. It's a Souls-like. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Color says apparently they're going to have 450 timetables in the Bakerloo line alone. Okay. Okay. Einstein says, but with ranged weapons as a primary. Okay. As primary. Oh, okay. I don't think I've seen too much of that game in Shane. So I love hate you say, huh? Alright. Let me see. Where's actually my options? Is that too dark? It's hard to tell. Probably is. Volume is maxed out. Volume doesn't seem as loud as playing Portal 1. So, if anybody has any feedback about the volume, let me know. I'll adjust it. It's a hard game. Yeah, I mean, if it's a Souls-like, that's all you had to say. I'm sure it's hard. If you're familiar with the Dark Souls, Bloodborne series, yeah. I've seen it played. I wouldn't play it myself, but I have seen it. It's the same guys, but the same feeling. Okay, so same style of game. I got you. Actually, you know, let me double check. Is there anything else I need to set my controller? Yeah, it looks okay. So I got some old saves here. Again, I had to look up what date the game was released. It was released in 2011, so those saves are at least 10 years old. Hey, there's King. And Shane says so. Sync. Okay, yeah, I got that one. All right. All right, so we're gonna be starting a new game from scratch. Ten chapters, it looks like. So this game is, from what I remember, is considerably longer than Portal 1. Portal 1, we got through it in 2 streams. I think it took about 6 hours for me to get through it. The how long to beat estimate is 3 hours. And who was it? Athaburus, I think, told me last week, you know, you have to basically double whatever estimate you have from how long to beat if you stream it. And you know what? The one thing I didn't do is check what the estimate was for this game. I did not check that. Let's check it real quick. Single player main story, almost 9 hours. 8 hours, 52 minutes. So you double that, that's about 18 hours. We're probably talking a few weeks, a couple weeks. Yeah, so I naively had the hope that we were going to beat Portal 1 in one stream, but that didn't even come close. And I don't remember how long it took me when I played it the first time. And Shane says I played like 7 hours and got my ass nuked by some bosses. So I checked some guidance, secrets online, and now I do challenges and re-roll in adventure mode to kill bosses in different ways and unlock more stuff. Okay. Okay, cool. You just started playing it this week, Shane? Color's got the cake ready, and what is that, Color? Pie? Cake and pie? Just started today. Okay, cool. Did you, you played Dark Souls and Bloodborne also? That is pie, says Color. Okay. that. That's weird. Bloodborne, no, you don't own a PS4. Oh, it's PS4 exclusive? Okay. Yeah, I've never played either one. Either that or any of the Souls games. Alright, let's get started. Dark Souls, you have all three, but you didn't finish them. Okay.
Good morning. You have been in suspension for 50 days. In compliance with state and federal regulations, all testing candidates in the Aperture Science Extended Relaxation Center must be revived periodically for a mandatory physical and mental wellness exercise. You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, look up at the ceiling. Good. You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, look down at the floor. Good. This completes the gymnastic portion of your mandatory physical and mental wellness exercise. There is a framed painting on the wall. Please go stand in front of it. This is art. You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, stare at the art. You should now feel mentally reinvigorated. If you suspect staring at art has not provided the required intellectual sustenance, reflect briefly on this classical music. Good. Now please return to your bed.
Do I have to? I just got here. Why am I sleeping?
Good morning. You have been in suspension for 99999. This courtesy call
Hello?
to inform you that
Anyone
all
in
test
there?
subjects should vacate the enrichment
Hello?
center immediately. Any test subject
Are you
non-emerging
gonna
from
open the
suspension
door
at this time
at any
will be
time?
assumed to have
Hello, Alex.
exercised his or her rights
Hello?
How you doing?
extended
No.
relaxation for the duration
Are you gonna
of
open the... Ah! Oh,
Whoa.
God. You look... good. Looking good, actually. Are you okay? Are you... Don't answer that. I'm absolutely sure you're fine. There's plenty of time for you to recover. Just take it slow.
Please prepare for emergency evacuation.
Stay calm. Stay calm. Prepare. That's all I'm saying. Prepare. It's all fine. All right? Don't move. I'm going to get us out of here. Oh, you might want to hang on to something. Word of advice. Up to you. You all right down there? Can you hear me?
Going good, Alex?
Hello?
99999. What is that, 6 nines color?
Most test subjects do experience some cognitive deterioration after a few months in suspension. Now, you've been under for quite a lot longer, and it's not out of the question that you might have a very minor case of serious brain damage. But don't be alarmed, all right? Although if you do feel alarmed, try to hold on to that feeling, because that is the proper reaction to being told that you've got brain damage. Do you understand what I'm saying at all? Does any of this make any sense? Just tell me, just say yes. Okay, what you're doing there is jumping. You just jumped. But never mind, say apple. Apple. Okay, you know what? That's close enough. Just hold tight.
All reactor core safeguards are now non-functional. Please prepare for reactor core meltdown.
How do you prepare for a reactor
Okay, look,
core
I wasn't going to
meltdown?
mention this to you, but I'm in pretty hot water here. How you doing down there? You still holding on? The reserve power ran out, so of course the whole relaxation centre stops waking up the bloody test subjects. Hold on, this is a bit tricky. And of course, nobody tells me anything. No, why should you tell me anything? Why should I be kept informed? You know, about the life functions of the 10,000 bloody test subjects I'm supposed to be in charge of. Why? It's close. Can you see? Am I going to make it through? Have I got enough space? Just gotta get through here. Okay, I just gotta concentrate. And whose fault do you think it's going to be when the management comes down here and finds 10,000 flipping vegetables? Alright, see, no, I hit that one. I hit that one. Okay, listen, we should get our story straight, alright? If anyone asks, and no one's going to ask, don't worry, but if anyone asks, tell them as far as you know, the last time you checked, everyone looked pretty much alive, alright? Not dead. Okay, almost there.
Yeah, I don't think
On the other side of that wall is one of the old testing tracks. There's a piece of equipment in there that we're going to need to get out of here. I think this is a docking station. Get ready. Good news, that is not a docking station. So there's one mystery solved. I'm going to attempt a manual override on this wall. Could get a bit technical. Hold on. Almost there. Remember, you're looking for a gun that makes holes. Not bullet holes, but don't worry, you'll figure it out. Seriously, do hold on this time. There we go. Now, I'll be honest, you are probably in no fit state to run this particular type of cognitive gauntlet. But at least you're a good jumper. So you got that, got the jumping on your side. Just do your best, and I'll meet you up ahead. All right, that's the spirit. Good luck.
Hello, and again, welcome to the Aperture Science Enrichment Center. We are currently experiencing technical difficulties due to circumstances of potentially apocalyptic significance beyond our control. However, thanks to emergency testing protocols, testing can continue. These pre-recorded messages will provide instructional and motivational support so that science can still be done, even in the event of environmental, social, economic, or structural collapse. The portal will open and emergency testing will begin
for
in
only
3,
you being alive.
2, 1.
Ratman? Oh, this looks familiar. We've been here before. This is where we started Portal 1.
Cube and button-based testing remains an important tool for science, even in a dire emergency. If cube and button-based testing caused this emergency, don't worry. The odds of this happening twice are very slim. Please note the incandescent particle field across the exit. This Aperture Science Material Emancipation Grill will
What's that,
vaporize any
Enchant?
unauthorized equipment that passes through it.
All right.
If you feel liquid running down your neck, relax, lie on your back, and apply immediate pressure to your temples. You are simply experiencing a rare reaction in which the Material Emancipation Grill may have emancipated the ear tubes inside your head.
Oh, okay. All right, let me see what we got here. Came down there. 2 buttons. It opens a portal there. Or there. What's this one do? Or the exit. Okay. Oh, they're persistent. I thought they timed out. Okay.
Good. Because of the technical difficulties we are currently experiencing, your test environment is unsupervised. Before re-entering a relaxation vault at the conclusion of testing, please take a moment to write down the results of your test. An Aperture Science Reintegration Associate will revive you for an interview when society has been rebuilt.
Now you woke up after an undefined number of years. Okay. Yeah, I've played this before. It's just been a long time. Which is why I'm playing Portal 1 and 2 again, because it's been long enough that I don't remember
cloud or other governing body that either refuses to
everything.
or
So
is incapable
it's almost
of
like playing it for the first time in terms of specific, you know, solutions. But yeah, I've played it before.
Hey, you made it! There should be a portal device on that podium over there. I can't see
Aperture
it,
and Black
though.
Mesa existed
Maybe
in
it
the
fell
same
off.
time period, right?
Do you want to go and have a quick look?
Yeah, we figured that out when we were playing Portal 1 because there was a briefing room that had
Just have a look about.
an
No, that's
Aperture
right.
that had
Over by the podium, yeah.
a briefing for Black Mesa on it also. Whoa!
Hello? Can you see the portal gun? Also, are you alive? That's important. Should have asked that first. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to work on the assumption that you're still alive, and I'm just going to wait for you up ahead. I'll wait 1 hour, then I'll come back, and assuming I can locate your dead body, I'll bury you. All right? Brilliant. Go team. See you in an hour, hopefully. If you're not dead.
There's even a reference to Portal and their project at the end of Half-Life 2. Okay. Yeah, I was talking about that when I streamed Portal 1 because I played it on the Orange Box. And I've never played
Some
a Half-Life
emergency
game.
testing may require prolonged interaction with lethal military androids. Rest assured that all lethal military androids have been taught to read and provided with 1 copy of the Laws of Robotics to share.
And some of the people who were hanging out on stream asked me, you know, were talking to me about that.
Good.
Because I was
if
asking
you feel
if...
that a lethal military android has not respected your rights as detailed in the Laws of Robotics, please note it on your self-reporting form. A future Aperture Science Entitlement Associate will initiate the appropriate grievance filing paperwork.
I was asking if I needed to play Half-Life 1 to, you know, be able to play Half-Life 2, but they said no. So I might play that at some point in the future. I never played any of the Half-Life games. The joint project is called Borealis. Oh, okay.
This next test is very dangerous. To help you remain tranquil in the face of almost certain death, smooth jazz will be deployed in 3, 2, 1.
Thank you. Alright, so I got a cube there. Oh, I remember this room. And I remember this room, even though it's, this whole place is beat to hell. Hang on a second, can I, no, it locked, never mind. You find Half-Life 2, you find in Half-Life 2 is actually an ice block in Alaska, okay. Well, first of all, I haven't played any of the Half-Life games, so don't give me any spoilers about Half-Life. And Shane, I'd appreciate that. Also, even though I've played both of the Portal games. Don't leave spoilers in chat because somebody watching may never have played it either. So my preference is to not talk about spoilers on my streams, if that's okay. If you don't mind.
Great work. Because this message is pre-recorded, any observations related to your performance are speculation on our part. Please disregard any undeserved compliments.
Whoa! Wow. Wait. Is that the way I came in? It is. That's the exit, though. Huh. So... Oh, how do I do that? Oh, right there. Not bad, not bad. If you want to play Half-Life 1, but you do not want to play the old game, play Black Mesa. Okay. It's the remastered game. Yeah, somebody else told me that when we were playing
Half-Life. If the
Half-Life.
is currently being bombarded with fireballs, meteorites, or other objects from space, please avoid unsheltered testing areas wherever a lack of shelter from space debris does not appear to be a deliberate part of the test.
Yeah, thanks. I don't think I'm probably going to play Half-Life 1. I'm probably only going to play 2 at some point because I own it. Let's see. How do I get out of here? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not even sure where I would find Black Mesa. I guess I can find it on Steam or something. I'll have to look around for it. Let's see what we got here. Cube drop. 2 buttons. Another cube drop. Let me see, I need 1 button for these steps. I need another one probably for the exit, I guess. What is this for? Oh, that's 1 cube drop. That's the other cube drop. And what is this one? Oh, there's like a... I don't know what this is. Some type of mechanism. Huh. Hang on a second. Let's make a save point. Because I haven't noticed if we're getting the autosaves on time or not. And Shane says it's only on Steam. Oh, okay. Thanks, Shane. Alright, so I can portal out of there. So cube drop. Oh yeah, that is another button. I can see it from here. So I need a button for the stairs, a button for the exit. I need 2 cubes. And I need to press 2 switches to get the 2 cubes. Okay. So I need that switch for a cube drop. I need the other switch, that switch for that cube drop. So I need to get up there. This one's a little tricky. Can't get back there. Let's see, I'm assuming this is toxic sludge, so I probably can't touch the water. I can't portal through the floor, so I can't fling through that hole. And uh-oh, raid incoming! Starchy raid! Hey, Durka! Spud Muffin raid with a party of 10. Hey, Spud! It's happening! Something's happening. Welcome, Spud. Welcome, Spud's Raiders. Spud, looks like you were streaming more Dead Cells tonight. Nice. How'd your stream go? Hey, Story. Atha. Hey, Vox. Hope you guys are doing well, guys and gals. Hey, Antares, how you doing? Spud says, got some good progress, then died horribly as expected. Got it. Hope the Enrichment Center is being enriching. The Enrichment Center is looking kind of piss poor at the moment, Spud. We just got started. I think this is maybe the third or fourth level starting the game. And, yeah, I kind of forgot that this place is kind of a science ghetto right now. So, yeah, it's been so long since I played this game. I kind of didn't even remember how it started. I'm doing good, Antares. Good to see you. Glad you're doing well. So, yeah, it's kind of... Focus. Yeah, it's kind of looking, like I said, like a science ghetto. Look at this place, man. This needs a extreme makeover, you know? So, yeah. So we're just getting started, really. Right now, we're still working our way through what's left of the old test chambers, which this one was test chamber 5. And so far, this is the first few we kind of just blew right through because they were easy. But this one is pretty tricky. Vox says, looks sort of like a Fallout Corvega factory. Okay. And Shane says the labs were self-repairing, but because the AI is offline. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, welcome. So yeah, this one's kind of tricky. I haven't... Looking at it, I'm still trying to figure out what I need to do here. So I got a cube drop there and a cube drop up there. I have a button or switch for both of those. One there and one up there. I got a... So far I only control one portal. I'll control my blue portal. I haven't gotten the second portal yet. And then this button kind of gives me that ramp. And I'm still trying to figure it out right now, so... But thanks for the raid, Spud. Nature always finds a way. Inshane says mostly. So that's what I like about this. You need to use parts of the test chambers, but you need to mind the environment as well. Yeah. Also, real quick, before I forget, Durka, I saw you drop in. Durka, are you off tonight, or are you out working? Because I think when he dropped in on our stream, I don't know if it was last night or another night. I think it was last weekend. He was kind of lurking while delivering pizzas, if I remember correctly. Alright, so I can see that button there, and this one here. I need cubes on both of those so I can get up the ramp and exit. I can't portal through the floor, so I can't fling through that hole. I need something else. Although, I just remembered there's a button here that kind of operates this mechanism. I don't know what this is yet. Maybe, I don't know what. Obviously, I can portal these if I need to, but that doesn't really help me unless... Oh, wait a minute. I'm being stupid. Duh. Never mind. I just figured out the first step. I didn't look at it right the first time. We have to do this. That gets us cube 1. Ta-da. Times when a portal makes you feel stupid. I just realized. Alright, I got it now. Alright, so now we get access to these buttons. And we can get the second cube. That should be this button, I believe. Special delivery. Oh! Okay. Take 2. Okay, now I know what that button's for. I got it. So this one should deflect this. Too slow. How long does it stay up? Not very long. So hopefully we get more than 2 cubes out of that. Story says that sounds like Durka. Yeah. Well, he didn't reply, so if he is working, I assume that means he cannot drive and chat. So I'm okay with that. I feel better about that. Because he was chatting pretty actively when he was here, and I was like, aren't you driving? You know. But as long as he's safe. Alright, so let me see. Did we get it? We got it that time. Woohoo! Alright.
Well done. The Enrichment Center reminds you that although
well done. It took
circumstances
me a
may
little
appear
longer
bleak,
than it probably
you
should
are
have
not
to
alone.
figure it out.
All Aperture Science personality constructs will remain functional in apocalyptic, low-power environments of as few as 1.1 volts.
Fox says Lurka Durka is such a wonderful sing-song nickname. Lurka Durka. I like it. Spud says these taxpayer-funded cubes aren't free, you know.
This next test applies the principles of momentum to movement through portals. If the laws of physics no longer apply in the future, God help you.
Story says the quotes from this game are my favorite. Okay. Yeah, this game has a lot more of a humorous narrative, I guess, than the first one does. And I had to look it up before I started streaming, like when this game first came out. It's 2011, so it's almost 10 years old. And Spud says something about a computer attempting subtle psychological abuse really resonates somehow. Story says, yeah, it was right after I was out of college. Oh, okay. Not to date yourself, Story. Yeah, that would have been about a good 15 years after I was out of college, personally. Yes, I'm old. I don't mind dating myself. All right. Can I still knock these things down? Yes. Not that anybody's watching them, because GLaDOS is DED dead. Vox says, ooh, that was when I was living in Germany. In 2011? Nice. Story says, okay, I can date myself. I am no young spring chicken. Younger than me, Story. You always be younger than me, if that makes you feel better. And, frankly, I I don't even mind, I don't even mind the idea of aging anymore. I'm so old. Because aging beats the alternative. Right? But, you know, it has its challenges. As my uncle and his father-in-law told me years and years ago, when they started reaching a certain age, they said, how can I put this politically correctly? Aging is not for felines. Or those with feline temperaments, if you know what I'm saying. That's the way they put it, so. Alright, let's see what we can see in here. So I got a cube, I got a button. You know what, I think we can jump down safely. I don't think that's going to hurt. Vox says, I've had to explain it to younger people on my team who Adele is. Wow. Yeah, I remember when Adele was the young hotness, right? Wasn't her first album like 19, or she was 19 years old when she did it? Is that portable? It is. Alright, so I should be able to fling. Except I flung without my cube. Yeah. Hang on. Alright, let me go back. Oh, I can't. Never mind. And Shane says, like an old fine whiskey, just gets better and more value over the years. Yep, says Vox, and she's now like 30. Is she really 30 already? Good God. Time flies, man. Okay, I think I know what I have to do. Alright, do this. Oh, don't fall! Oh, damn it! Can I... Is that going to fall again? No, it did not fall that time. Alright. I don't know if I can do this, though. I don't think I can fling through here with the cube in my hand, I don't think. I don't think that's going to work unless... Can I go backwards, maybe? Alright, let's see. I didn't think that was going to work. I'm sure I'm doing something stupidly. Hang on a second, let me think a little bit more. Maybe I'm overcomplicating it. Maybe I can just go forward. As long as I get my aim right. I did. Okay. I did overcomplicate it.
If you are a non-employee who has discovered this facility amid the ruins of civilization, welcome. And remember, testing is the future, and the future starts with you.
This don't look like the future, homie. Sorry. Oops, 32. Oh, God, she's 32, huh? Didn't she have a baby? Is she a mom, too? I seem to, in my mind, somewhere remember that she was pregnant at some point. But, you know, my memory is, not a reliable artifact these days, whatsoever. Story said, who knew the Portal 2 was a vision into the future apocalypse that 2020 has become? I know, Story. That's almost not funny. You know, it is. It's just, oh man. You know, I had the same thought, Story, when I started playing Phoenix Point, which has been over 2 months ago now, which I am going to get back to at some point, but it also was a bit depressing because it was a little too real. Basically a biological apocalypse, you know. So, yeah. Spud says, yeah, I remember thinking there's no way civilization could collapse 28 weeks later. Well, yeah. Alright, so I can fling over there and get that cube. The question is, what do I need to do with it? There's an exit there. There looks like a room in there with a button on it, a cube button for it. I mean, I should be able to fling that way, but then I have to fling... I have to get over there some kind of way. There's no way to get there. I could fling that way, I guess. If I had to. Lucky us, yeah. Story says now we're getting biological, environmental, and societal apocalypse in now. The trifecta. We all best stock up on our companion cubes for the times ahead. Yeah. Hey, Lone Star. Howdy, how you doing, Lone Star? Alright, so step one is go this way. Let's just do that. One step at it. We'll take it one step at a time. Alright, sweet fling. Alright, so if I can get this cube maybe onto that platform. Where'd it go? Did it make it? I didn't see it come out. Well, I don't have any choice. I gotta go where it went. Let's see where it went. Oh, there it is. Right where we wanted it. Okay, good, good. Oh, it has a platform. I was wondering how I was going to get to that door. Alright, so now I have to aim it properly. This way, I guess? That looks close enough. Oh, okay.
Good work getting this far, future starter. That said, if you are simple-minded, old, or irradiated in such a way that the future should not start with you, please return to your primitive tribe and send back someone better qualified for testing.
Well, I'm screwed. Send me back now. I got all three. Lone Star says this game looks interesting. Yeah, this is Portal 2. We finished Portal 1 last weekend.
To ensure that sufficient power remains for core testing protocols, all safety devices have been disabled. The Enrichment Center respects your right to have questions or concerns about this policy.
This one's considerably longer than the last one, Lone Star. And Vox a Maroon with a sub, a new sub. Thank you, Vox. Sub to tier 1. Thank you so much, Vox. Appreciate it. Wow. Welcome to the family, Vox. Appreciate that very much. Vox is at it again, says Story. Vox is Twitch Santa Claus. Ah, Vox is one of them dudes, huh? Okay. Thank you, Vox. I appreciate the support. Tier 1 sub gives you access to 2 emotes on our channel. So enjoy that and welcome to the family. Thank you very much. All right. Let's see. We just got off that elevator, right? I was trying to figure out what was on this display, but obviously these systems are all foobarred because I can't even read that upside down and backwards. Which, story, talking about being old, there used to be a time in college where I could write backwards, like perfectly. And in the dorms, I used to write messages on people's message boards on their, dorm room doors backwards. That's backwards and upside down, so that hurts my brain. But I could write stuff perfectly backwards for a good time. So people would they'd look on their door and be like, what did he write on my door? And then, have to come back with a mirror just to kind of see it. So once upon a time, I probably could have read that, but I can't quite read that now. I don't know. Story says I could never write backwards. It says, please remain calm, says Vox. Okay. Oh, okay, I can see it now because I couldn't figure out which side to start reading from. That's why I couldn't read it. Now I can see it. Okay. Isn't that like the meme? There's a meme like remain calm and whatever, right? For some reason I have the impression that originated in the UK, but I don't know why. Ether says, yeah, I feel like I was way more intelligent when I was younger than I am now.
Hey! Oi! I'm up here!
Where? I don't think I was more intelligent, but my brain worked faster.
You did find a portal gun. Do you know what? It just goes to show, people with brain damage are the real heroes in the end, aren't they, at the end of the day? Brave. Pop a portal on that wall behind me there, and I'll meet you on the other side of the room.
Oh, he's giving me instructions now. Maybe I don't want you to meet me on the other side of the room.
Me there, and come on through to the other side.
Alright, so wherever his rail goes, or which I can't see where it goes right now.
Pop a little portal, just there, alright behind me, and come on through.
I heard you the first time, I just don't see where it goes. Oh, you want me to come that way? I see.
Come on through.
Yeah, I heard you the first time. Alright. So none of that counts because our test chamber doesn't actually work right now.
Okay, listen, let me lay something on you here. It's pretty heavy.
Story said this is a good potato game.
They told me never, ever to disengage myself from my management rail or I would die. But we're out of options here. So get ready to catch me, alright, on the off chance that I'm not dead the moment I pop off this thing. On 3. Ready? 1, 2,
Should we catch him or
3.
drop
That's
him?
high. It's too high, isn't it, really, that? Alright, going on 3 just gives you too much time
He's
to think
being
about
real
it.
trusting here.
Let's go on 1 this time. Okay, ready? 1. Catch me, catch... Ow!
Yeah.
Ow.
Oh, too late for that.
I'm not dead. I'm not dead. Plug me into that stick on the wall over there, yeah? And I'll show you something. You'll be impressed by this. Yeah, I can't do it if you're watching. Seriously, I'm not joking. Could you just turn around for a second?
Nope.
I can't do it if you're watching.
Sure you can.
I can't do it if you're watching.
Okay,
if
you won't do it.
Just turn around.
Yeah.
Alright, you can turn around now. Bam! Secret panel. That I opened while your back was turned. Pick me up. Let's get out of here.
Okay, guess we're going out the back door.
And off we go. Look at this! No rail to tell us where to go. Oh, this is brilliant. We can go wherever we want. Just hold on though, where are we going? Seriously. Hang on, let me just get my bearings.
And won't let me drop
the
him
rail,
either.
actually.
And we're gonna regret this, aren't we?
Oh,
Oh no.
Oh!
Yes, hello, no, we're not stopping.
Don't make eye contact, whatever you do.
No, thanks, we're good. Appreciate it.
Keep moving, keep moving.
I'm surprised he didn't take a pot shot at us. Hang on a second, before we go any further. I don't want to rush through here without... Are there any Easter eggs or anything around here? Story says I'm different. Hey, hello Joker, how you doing? Here's the quote of the day. Elwood, there's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, a half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark out, and we're wearing sunglasses.
I'll bring you up to speed on something right now. In order to escape, we're going to have to go through her chamber. And she will probably kill us if she's awake.
Uh-oh.
If you want to just call it quits, we could just sit here forever. That's an option. Option A, sit
Yes,
here,
I
do
would be-
nothing.
I would
Option B,
gladly
go through
take that
there.
option.
And if she's alive, she'll almost certainly kill us. So, if you've got any reservations whatsoever about this plan, now would be a tremendous time to voice them.
He never
Right
stops
now.
talking, does he? Yes, I have nothing
In
but
case you thought to yourself,
reservations, but...
I've missed the window of time to voice my reservations. Still open.
So, yeah, I think this is the part of the stream that I don't
I'm
get
gonna
to
leave my
talk
cards on
anymore,
the
because he
table.
does
I don't
all the
wanna do it.
talking.
I don't
now.
want to go in there. Don't go in there. She's off. She's off. Don't panic over. She's off. All fine. On we go. There she is. What a nasty piece of work she was, honestly. Like a proper maniac.
Yeah,
Do you know
we
who
worked
ended
her.
up? Do you know who ended up taking her down in the end? You're not going to believe this. A human. I know. I wouldn't have believed either. Apparently, this human escaped, and nobody's seen him since. Then there was a sort of
Tell
long
you
chunk
it
of
was
time
us.
where absolutely nothing happened, and then there's us escaping now. So that's pretty much the whole story. You're up to speed.
But yeah, I
Don't
know
touch
that quote Joker from the Blues Brothers, of course. Which is an awesome film. What's the Blues Brothers, like 1982? Something like that? Talking about feeling old. Which we were talking about right before you got here, Joker. Some of us, anyway. So what does he want us to do? Fox says I was 3 in 1982. Yeah. 1982, I was sophomore in college. After you were also, oh no, Story says I wasn't even a concept in 1982. After says same. So guys, while he was doing all that talking, did anybody hear what we're supposed to do? Because if he gave us instructions, I missed it. Probably while I was reading that Blues Brothers quote. Ether says, one might argue that I am still not a concept in truth. I would argue the exact opposite, Ether. I would love to just drop him in here real quick. He's annoying me, but I don't think that's what we're supposed to do.
Down these stairs. Jump! This actually, look at it. That's quite a distance, isn't it? Okay, you know what? Go ahead and jump. You've got braces on your legs, so you're all set. Although no braces on your arms, though. So you're going to have to rely on the old human strength to keep a grip on the device, and by extension, me. So do really make sure you keep a grip on me. Also, a note: no braces on your spine.
He never lets me
either,
talk.
So don't land on that. Or your head. No braces there. That could split
Oh,
like
yes,
a
John.
melon from this height.
Need to dial back that ego a notch, bro.
So do definitely focus on landing with your legs.
he's gonna fix something.
Quick question: have you been working out?
Because, I'll be honest,
Oh,
there's
you
no
gotta put
evidence
him in
of
the
it.
console, I'm pretty sure it says
not
story.
like just
Sorry,
a
I missed
plastic
what you
car. We will be landing with some force, so bit of grip. Just using
I really
grip,
hate Wheatley.
plastic grip.
Wheatley is the worst. This is Wheatley? Oh, okay.
Right, let's go. Jump. What's the worst that could happen? Oh,
We die.
I just thought about the worst thing that could happen. Ah! Oh, still held. Still being held. That's a great job. You've applied the grip. We're all fine. That's tremendous.
I remember somebody talking about Wheatley,
Ah! I just looked
and
down.
he never
I do
stops
not recommend
talking.
it.
We'll pause for a second so I can talk. I remember somebody talking about Wheatley briefly when we were streaming Portal 1, and I didn't remember who Wheatley was, so I guess this is him. He never stops talking, yeah.
Ah! I've just done it again.
Alright, so where are we headed now? I mean, be nice if we could just put him like in a papuso on our back at least. I don't like him
This is the main breaker room.
kind of being in front of me all the
Let's
time.
go in.
I can't even drop him or put him down.
Look for a switch that says escape pod. All right, don't touch anything else. Not interested in anything else. Don't touch anything else. Don't even look at anything else. Just, well, obviously you've got to look at everything else to find the escape pod. But as soon as you look at something and it doesn't say escape pod, look at something else. Look at the next thing, all right? But don't touch anything else or look at anything. Well, look at other things, but don't. You understand? Can you see it anywhere? I can't see it anywhere. Tell you what, plug me in and I'll turn the lights on. Let there be light. That's, God. Just quoting God. Oh, look at that. Turning.
Pretty clever how they give him expressions without proper eyebrow, right?
No.
Story says I was right, he did have to be plugged in, yes.
It's moving up.
Okay, no, don't worry, I've got it. This should slow it down.
No, makes it go faster.
Uh-oh.
Power
We're
up
back in the
initiated.
room.
Okay, don't panic. All right, stop panicking. I can still stop this. Oh, there's a password. Okay. it's
Congratulations,
fine.
Wheatley, you ended the world.
A. Okay. C.
Wait, did I do B? Do you have a pen? Start writing these down.
Power up complete.
I don't. Okay. Listen. All right, new plan. Act natural. Nothing. Hello.
Oh, it's you.
You know her?
It's been a long time. How have you been? I've been really busy being dead. You know, after you murdered me.
You never really did.
Oh no! No! Oh no! Ah!
Okay, look, we both said a lot of things that you're going to regret. But I think we can put our differences behind us. For science. You monster.
Oh, she just did us a favor. She shut
I
Wheatley
will
up.
say, though, that since you went to all the trouble of waking me up, you must really, really love to test. I love it too. There's just one small thing we need to take care of first.
Story says, it's been almost 10 years since I played this, and I remember it like the back of my hand. Do you really? Okay. Because I do not. Atha says, fat fear is the best fear. Freed you of Wheatley. Exactly, Story. She did us a favor. Something tells me I'll be back there, right?
Here we are, the incinerator room. Be careful not to trip over any parts of me that didn't get completely burned when you threw them down here. The dual
so this is
portal
where the
device should be
incinerator
around here
items
somewhere.
went.
Once you find it, we can start testing, just like old times.
Alright, so we'll make another save point here. Oh, it's 2 save points. I only made 1. What happened to the... Oh, that's the one I made. Oh, these are autosaves, I guess. They are. It says autosave, alright. Alright. So let me see. I still have my 1 portal, right? Oh, actually, where's my portal gun? We lost the portal gun. Wonderful. it's coming through. Sound like one of them damn turrets.
There it is.
Bottomless queso. Now I'm hungry, Spud. Queso and potatoes.
There. Good. You have the dual portal device.
Oh, we got our,
there should be a
blue-
way back to the testing area.
Oh, we got the
up
dual
ahead.
device back. Yep. All right, good to go. So where do we have to go? That away, maybe.
Once testing starts, I'm required by protocol to keep interaction with you to a minimum. Luckily, we haven't started testing yet. This will be our only chance to talk.
Let's see. Is this the way we... That's the way we came from, right? This place is so raggedy, I'm losing my sense of direction.
Here, let me get that for you. Do you know the biggest lesson I learned from what you did? I discovered I have a sort of black box quick save feature. In the event of a catastrophic failure, the last 2 minutes of my life are preserved for analysis. I was able, well, forced really, to relive you killing me again and again, forever. You know, if you'd done that to somebody else, they might devote their existence to exacting revenge. Luckily, I'm a bigger person than that. I'm happy to put this all behind us and get back to work. After all, we've got a lot to do, and only 60 more years to do it. More or less.
60
I don't have the
years.
actuarial tables in front of me.
I don't think I have 16 years to give you, Chicky. Sorry to break your heart. Hey, TNS! TNS, tell us you brought queso. Everybody's jonesing for queso right now. Let's see. Blue. Queso says Vox. Oh, this was 19. Which way did we come from? Okay, now I kind of remember which way 19 went. So we took a conveyor belt that way, and then went around kind of the back side of this platform into an area that way. Okay, I remember now. That's the way we just came from. Alright, so where are we trying to go? So it used to be toxic sludge there. Is there still toxic sludge? But that's okay. Is that still sludge? I can't tell. No queso, sorry. No problem. It's just wishful thinking anyway. How's your weekend, TNS? I think I can go that way. I think that's the way I came now. I don't think I want to come that way. Do I? I'll tell you what. Let me see if I can go back to where I was, maybe. portal that way, can I? Oh, I can. I thought that was a window. I was wrong. Of course not, because it's the way I just came from, so... Which way am I supposed to go? Let me see, I came this way, right? Or did I? Came that way. Oh, this is the backside of 19, I see. But I came that way, so I'm just not supposed to go that way. I'm supposed to keep going this way, I guess. So this is the inside of 19, the test chamber. Am I supposed to keep going this way?
I'll just move that out of the way for you. This place really is a wreck. But the important thing is you're back. With me. And now I'm on to all your little tricks. So there's nothing to stop us from testing. For the rest of your life. After that, who knows? I might take up a hobby. Reanimating the dead, maybe.
Promises, promises. Does anybody here watch Altered Carbon on Netflix? Chapter 2. Alright, we made it to Chapter 2. Ooh.
Sorry about the mess. I've really let the place go since you killed me. By the way, thanks for that.
Sarcasm self-test complete.
Very welcome.
Oh good, that's back online.
Hope we can do it again soon.
I'll start getting everything else working while you perform this first simple test, which involves deadly lasers and how test subjects react when locked in a room with deadly lasers.
Ah. Lasers coming up? Okay. So it looks like we get the hazard warnings by animated presentation now. Arthur said, I watched the first season. Okay. Vox says, I didn't see season 2, but I like season 1. TNS says, yeah, I really enjoyed that show. Me too, TNS. Story said, that sarcasm self-test complete line used to be my text alert for years. Oh, really? Okay. Sarcasm test self-complete. I read that with improper emphasis. Let's save real quick while we... Actually, I don't think I have to worry about save points. It makes pretty good autosaves, it looks like. Alright. Yeah, I really liked Altered Carbon. There's a big change between Season 1 and 2. Not in tone, but in some other things that kind of throw you for a loop a little bit. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty incredible show. What the heck? And kind of, you know, we're talking about end of the world and things like that. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder what's worse, right? The apocalypse or what they have. And I don't want to say too much about what the core of the show is for people who haven't watched it, but it's kind of mind-blowing. I mean, I don't know which is worse, to be honest. Story says, Kojo, I cannot stress enough how much I love this game and obsessed for years over it. Nice. Spud says, I forget, has she used the slow clap generator yet? Not that I've seen. I don't even remember a slow clap generator, so... But yeah, TNS, I only picked up Altered Carbon right before Season 2 started. Because it's one of those kind of things when it first came out, what, 2017 or whatever, something like that. It was on my to-do list to watch it. And I remember my buddy watched it and he was like, dude, it's a good show. You got to get it. You got to get to it. And I was like, yeah, I'll get to it and get to it. And it just kept sliding down my list and I just never watched it. And then I saw the announcement that season 2 was coming out. And I was like, and at that point in time, I didn't really have anything else to watch. Nothing was streaming that I was watching. So I was like, maybe I'll go back and start watching that now. And I ended up binging it in like a couple weekends. And I finished it right before the season 2 started. And then I watched season 2 pretty much straight through. Yeah, it's a great show. I love that show. But, I read that one already. But yeah, highly recommended. I'm not going to say too much about what it's about for anybody who hasn't seen it yet. But if you're looking for something to kind of stream and you know, kind of got a hole in your TV watching schedule, check out our Altered Carbon. If you kind of like science fiction drama, crime drama, suspense, political intrigue, kind of all mixed together, is pretty awesome. All right, so what do we need to do here? We're trying to get to that exit, I guess. Oh, we got a power receptacle here. Oh, I guess we can put the beam into the power receptacle. Oh, okay. No big deal. Elementary stuff. But I don't want to do that until I can get there, obviously. Ooh, is that toxic? Looks toxic, doesn't it? It's not that bad, alright.
Not bad. I forgot how good you are at this. You should pace yourself, though. We have a lot of tests to do. This next test involves discouragement redirection cubes. I just finished building them before you had your, well, episode. So now we'll both get to see how they work. There should be one in the corner.
Thermal discouragement beam. Okay. Alright, let's see what happens here. So story, I guess this is probably, you probably remember too much of this game to enjoy doing a playthrough of your own, huh? Alright, we got the exit there. Clearly we have to redirect the beam to the power receptacle here. What does it operate, though? Does it operate that? Yeah, I enjoy watching other people play it. Okay. Well, that's not a portable material. Oh. Cube. Wait. Where'd it go? Oh, it's right there. Couldn't see it for some reason. Oh! I remember this is like a deflection Has like a lens or something in it, right? How does it work? Okay. Fortunately, it deflects away from me. Alright, this should be pretty easy. So that's a new mechanic, the deflection cube. Of course I need a cube here to... That's wonderful. I need a cube here to actually... Okay, how am I going to do that? Oh, I didn't mean to do that, damn it. Well, I meant to, but it wasn't what I was thinking of doing, so that was stupid. Let's try that again. Alright, so I think I still need to do that, but I need the other color. So don't turn, well, it's still going to turn off the stairs. Let me think. Can't portal that way. I can portal the floor. That should be okay, actually. Which one do I want? Not orange. Orange. Oh, there we go.
Well done. Here come the test results. You are a horrible person. That's what it says. A horrible person. We weren't even testing for that.
Alrighty.
Don't let that horrible person thing discourage you. It's just a data point. If it makes you feel any better, science has now validated your birth mother's decision to abandon you on a doorstep.
Hey, don't talk about my mama. That's fighting words. Alrighty. So we got discouragement lasers, we got a deflection cube, got platform. My exit is here, controlled by two switches it looks like. So one power receptacle here, one up there, and I have two laser sources. Okay. See if we can go up there and take a look. See what we can see. One laser there. And Where's the other one go? Below me? Wait. Oh, above me. Okay. It's up there. Alright. That one is straightforward. The other one requires that be deflected. Okay. Do the easy one. Let's do the hard one first, and we'll come back and do the easy one if I can. I'm gonna get it there. Ouch. Alright. Kind of derped that one, but that's okay. We got it there. I meant to drop the cube through the hole. I didn't mean to fall in behind it. Alright. Alright, this is easy. So it's just...
Congratulations. Not on the test. Most people emerge from suspension terribly undernourished. I want to congratulate you on beating the odds and somehow managing to pack on a few pounds.
Oh, stop. Excuse me. Spud says, what does this place's power bill look like? Yeah. Good question. I'm sure they're not using public utilities, Spud.
One moment. You are navigating these test chambers faster than I can build them, so feel free to slow down and do whatever it is you do when you're not destroying this facility.
Yeah, something tells me they got a fusion core or something somewhere in here. Alrighty, so I got a switch over there that delivers me a cube of some sort. I can't tell if it's a deflection cube or not. One laser. GLaDOS is always watching. I can't poke her eye out on this level, but that's okay. Receptacle there. Alright, that's a portable wall. That should be okay. Alright, otherwise, what do I have to do? This looks articulated, though. So, I wonder what that does. Okay, but that power receptacle controls a platform on that side. Oh, that's where the exit is. Okay. Let's see what this button... Well, this button will deliver me a cube, obviously. Well, I shouldn't say obviously, but apparently, probably. Okay, so it's just a regular companion cube. Can I see anything else from over here? I see a tube, but nothing going through it. Actually, let me not leave that there. What operates this platform? Maybe nothing. I don't see like, you know, the dotted line trail for like a control circuit or anything. Let's test it and see what it does. When we activate it. Actually, I can't see what it does from here. Oh, it runs an elevator from this side. Or not an elevator, but like a conveyor platform. Crap. Let's see. Power is coming out of... I don't do that. Alright, I'll do this. So I actually need this with me. Probably. Let's try that again. Spud says, I guess I'm okay with post-apocalypse if it's full of lasers. Uh-oh.
I'll give you credit. I guess you are listening to me. But for the record, you don't have to go that slowly.
Yeah, you can have that
Fly
laser
over to
right
the
there,
elevator
Spud.
and we'll continue the testing.
But lasers would be better if they're on the heads of sharks, though, right? Isn't that how that works? All right. The heck is that? I don't really know what that's showing us. Oh, that looks like, okay. I recognize that one thing. I don't know what that is, though. Let's go see. It's like a catapult thing. Whoa! She did that on purpose.
This next test involves the Aperture Science Aerial Faceplate. It was part of an initiative to investigate how well test subjects could solve problems when they were catapulted into space. Results were highly informative. They could not. Good luck.
Yeah, it's like a catapult thingy. Why is it showing me this bullseye thing now? Spud found the shark. No, all we need is the lasers. We got no lasers now, Spud. Spud Muffin says vital testing apparatus destroyed. Yeah, she doesn't say that anymore. Alright, so is this like automatic? I step on it and I can just get flung? I do not remember how this works. Let's find out. Whoa! I guess so. Right to the bullseye. Okay. Close just in... Oh, there's another one that takes me back. Okay. So we need something to let us out here. Is this heavy enough?
Here's an interesting fact. You're
It's
not
not.
breathing real air.
Oh, that would have been a
It's
nice
too
glitch, but I'm
expensive
sure
to
they
pump
thought
this
it out
far down.
already.
We just take carbon dioxide out of a room, freshen it up a little, and pump it back in. So you'll be breathing the same room full of air for the rest of your life. I thought that was interesting.
Oh wait, there's a button. It says it releases a cube. Where? Where's the cube come from? Oh, it's in the middle of the room. Oh, it's like pogoing. Oh, I gotta time it, I guess. Missed it. Of course, I don't have a good sense of about where I am when I... Crap. Maybe at its very height? Got it. Oh, but I died. Wait a minute, how? It broke my momentum to catch it? That's weird.
This next test involves the Aperture Science Aerial Faceplate. It was part of an initiative to investigate how well test subjects could solve problems when they were catapulted into space. Results were highly informative. They could not. Good luck.
Right. Right. That's weird. I wouldn't think just catching the cube would break my momentum, but maybe I'm thinking about it wrong. Didn't that time. That was weird. I wonder what happened last time. I guess it was like a glitch. Or I mean, did I do something wrong?
Here's an interesting fact. You're not breathing real air. It's too expensive to pump this far down. We just take carbon dioxide out of a room, freshen it up a little, and pump it back in. So you'll be breathing the same room full of air for the rest of your life.
I don't
I thought
understand what
that was
happened the other
interesting.
time. I mean, there's no, like, force fields or anything to break my momentum. I did the exact same thing, didn't I? Did anybody see me do something different? That was just weird. I don't know. Nah, I just remembered I didn't do the other one. Yeah, it's okay. It is a mystery.
Let's see what the next test is. Oh, advanced aerial faceplates. Well, have fun soaring through the air without a care in the world. I have to go to the wing that was made entirely of glass and pick up 15 acres of broken glass. By myself.
So another catapult situation with a cube of some sort. So I got a cube dispenser here. Where is it? Looks like it should be. But I don't see a switch for it. Exit was on that side. see what else. Plenty of toxic sludge. There's a catapult there and there. Maybe there also? Looks like 4 catapults. I see like 2 flingable, whatever, panels. Plenty of portable material up high. And I see something controlling the door on that side that I can't quite see. Just out of eyeshot, even though there's a... looks like a portable material at the top just above it. So this sends me directly into that wall. Let's see. Catapult, which way? Can't tell from here which way the catapults go. That's flammable, portable rather. Yes. Is that? Yes. I can always come back over to the side through here if I need to. Or here. Let's see, where can I go from here? I mean, of course I could just trial and error and die a bunch of times until I can get the whole picture, but I like to not die at all if I can help it. So far we've only died, what, once, I believe? Hey, Renee Pascal! How you doing? That's incredibly hard. I don't know if it's hard yet, it's just involved, and we can't see the whole picture. Okay, so the catapults, the little white portion is pointing to the direction of propulsion, I guess. So it'll go that way, then that way, and then that way. What about over here? Is this... You played Portal 2 yourself? Yeah, I've played it before, Portal 1 and 2. But it was almost 10 years ago. So it's like playing it for the first time over again because I don't remember anything. Which is good. That's the experience I kind of wanted. We finished Portal 1 last weekend, Renee. Took me about 2 streams to finish that, but this is obviously a much longer game, so... But I remember loving it. You played it 3 years ago. Oh, okay. Yeah, I played it when it first came out, and it was... I had to look it up. It turned out to be 2011, believe it or not. Alright, so let's take a shot going this way. Oh wait, it didn't do what I thought it was going to do. Oh crap, hang on. Okay. I thought it was going to send me far enough to go through that wall, but it didn't. It flung me here. Alright, that's not what I expected. Crap. Alright, well we have a little more information than we had before at least. Let's just look, see what we can see. Can I walk out? I can. What the hell was that? Just closed up on me. Did that backwards. Oh, is this the button for the cube? Okay. Oh, I can zoom now. Interesting. That's handy. And there's the button. Okay, here's the switch for the cube, and there's the button to put the cube. Let's see. Renee says you played it on Xbox 360. Yeah, same here. I know what to do. Okay. No spoilers, please. I mean, I've played the whole thing, both this and the co-op campaign before. But I don't remember any of it, so... Pretty sure I can figure it out. Alright, so I need the cube here. Yeah, but I'm playing it on Xbox One right now, but it's, you know, on the backwards compatibility library, so... But yeah, I haven't played it since it was, you know, first on 360, so it's been a long time. But it was fun going through Portal 1. Alright, so the question is, how do I... Alright, so I know that catapult will fling me one to the other to the other. I know that. So, even though I stopped myself when I went through that, when I would approach that panel right there, I could probably have it fling me from this one. I'm assuming that one, it might fling me to that catapult, which will land me back here. Maybe. I'm not sure how far I'll land, though. Maybe I'll either hit this wall or just land perfectly on this platform. The question is, how do I do that with a cube? Because I gotta get the cube over here. Or, no, actually I don't. I have to get the cube over there, not here. And I can drop the cube through that hole. Wait a minute. The cube is going to be dropped on the catapult, right? Is that going to work? Catapult it through there, though, I'm thinking it's probably not going to land cleanly. It's going to come out of that portal with an arc. I think maybe I have to send it through here and maybe try to catch it, or maybe it'll land where I am. Let's see what
Oh,
happens.
sorry. I'm still cleaning out the test chambers.
Oh.
So sometimes
Oh.
there's
Oh, here
still
we go.
trash in them, standing around, smelling and being useless. Try to
Oh, there's more
avoid the
than one.
garbage hurtling towards you.
Holy crap, what the? Oh, damn it, I fell off the damn platform. Oh, checkpointed over here. Okay, interesting. So... were those cubes? They didn't look like cubes to
Oh,
me.
sorry. I'm still cleaning out the test chambers. So sometimes there's still trash in them, standing around, smelling and
Oh,
being
it's
useless.
trash.
Try to avoid the garbage hurtling towards you.
Let me avoid falling off again. There's a cube. Does it come in here? Got it. But I have to get it on that button, so... What did I put? Orange? Orange, yes. Did it trip? I think it did. Barely. That was luck.
Remember before when I was talking about smelly garbage standing around being useless? That was a metaphor. I was actually talking about you. And I'm sorry. You didn't react at the time, so I was worried it sailed right over your head, which would have made this apology seem
GLaDOS, I
insane.
know, right?
That's why I had to call you garbage a second time just now.
Renee says, see you in 2 hours. Believe me, it's really hard. Try it. What, that level?
Did you know that people
Yeah,
with
wasn't
guilty consciences
Particularly
are
hard. It
easily
just took me a
startled
couple
by
minutes to
loud
put everything
noises?
together. Because you don't have all the
I'm sorry.
information
I don't
until
know why
you
that went
make
off.
one jump, I
Anyway,
guess.
just an interesting science fact.
Alright. She's trolling you, I know. She is a master troll. Alright, so our exit is up there. Power receptacle's already activated. There's a cube there. Standard cube. What are we doing? Story, something tells me you're going to go off on a secret project to capture GLaDOS's comments in chat commands on your channel. Something just tells me that. GLaDOS is your spirit animal. I kind of got that idea, yeah. Whoa!
Did I accidentally fizzle that before you could complete the test? I'm
Oh,
sorry.
screw you, GLaDOS.
Go ahead and grab another one.
Oh, evil. Oh, it's a weighted companion cube. So something tells me this is an interrupt circuit.
Oh, no.
Ouch.
I fizzled that one too. Oh well.
Alright.
We have warehouses full of the things.
Yeah.
Absolutely worthless. I'm happy to get rid of them.
Jump. Alright, so if I interrupt the circuit, what happens? Oh, this elevator thing comes down. Okay. Something tells me I'm going to need that when I get up top, so... Let's try that. Actually, I'm going to need it now because I have to interrupt the circuit. Hang on a second, let me think. Or maybe not. I don't see any place I can put a portal from here, so... Alright, we'll have to interrupt it anyways. Let's see. How can I do this? Just do that. Story says, snarky and hateful of humans, but secretly deeply psychologically traumatized and actually wants people to succeed. Okay, yeah, I do need it because there's a button right there. And the exit's over there. Fling myself over there. So you're saying you can relate to that a little bit, Story? Basically. It's not going to work, is it? Probably jump down, right? Damn, I forgot. What did I place? Orange. Bud says, I would totally test Story's nightmare puzzle labyrinth if she made one. I know, right? I would actually love that. I think that would be awesome. Fling there to place the cube. Fling there for me to get to the exit. Alright, so... For some reason, I never trust myself doing a full fling with the cube in my hand, even though we proved it could be done on an earlier level. I just don't have much of a trust level, but let's do it anyway. It works. See, I always think it's never going to go through the hole and it's just going to knock it out of my hands, but that's not how the physics works. Alright, that's good enough. Good enough.
Every test chamber is equipped with an emancipation grill at its exit, so that test subjects cannot smuggle test objects out of the test area. This one is broken. Don't take anything with you.
Lie. Nothing but lies. Lies all the time. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? She
This
even lied
next
about
test
the
involves
cake.
emancipation grills. Remember, I told you about them in the last test area that did not have one.
Alright, so it looks like our polite little murder turrets are back, and we got standard cubes and who knows what else. Alright. Alright guys, I'm gonna take a quick break before we go through to the next chamber. I'll be back in a moment. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you shortly. Alright folks, I'm back. Sorry about the delay. I had a little trouble repairing my controller back, but it looks like we're okay now. Here we go. Alright, let's proceed. So we're on level 8 of 22. Alright.
Oh no, the turbines again. I have to go. Wait, this next test does require some explanation. Let me give you the fast version. There. If you have any questions, just remember what I said in slow motion. Test on your own recognizance. I'll be right back.
Such a troll. Katie, how you doing? Are you still playing your way through Portal 2, Katie? Alright, what do we have there? Cube dispenser? Let's find out. Oh, deflection cube, okay. Alright, can you folks hear me? I'm live, right? Mic is on. People, can people hear me? Yes, you can, says Sunshine. Okay, thanks, Sunshine. Chat so quiet, I just want to make sure I was still alive. Alright. Alright, we'll just proceed then. Okay, let's see what we got here. So, deflection cube. And she says, I'm resetting levels until I get the map with the dungeons I need. It's a mess of a grind. Oh, okay. Alright, so I should be able to... do this. Obviously I want to deflect the laser to hit that receptacle. Guess I can do it this way. And Shane says I have good armor, but it's heavy as fuck, so I cannot dodge it with just belly flops. Ah, got you. Anything else I need in this room? Doesn't look like it. What else do I need to do? Nothing, that's it? Oh, that was easy. And I search for an amulet that lowers the armor weight. Oh, okay. Chapter 3. The Return. Alright. Alright, so let's save here. So we got more lasers. No sharks though. Catapult and standard cube. Nowhere to go but up, pretty much. Portable material on the ceiling here. Let's leave a portal there just to see what we can do with it later.
Hey, it's me! I'm okay!
Oh, no.
Well, I'm back. The aerial faith plate in here is sending a distress signal. You broke it, didn't you? There. Try it now.
I saw Wheatley. I thought we got rid of
What
him.
happened, right? I was just lying there. You thought I was done.
Yeah, sure didn't.
This plate must not be calibrated to someone of your generousness. I'll add a few zeros to the maximum weight. You look great, by the way. Very healthy. Try it now.
is that going to send me straight up or straight forward? I thought it was going to send me forward. Just up.
Right? Couldn't believe it either.
You seem to have defeated its load-bearing capacity. Well done. I'll just lower the ceiling.
Oh, man. To go where? Maybe there? I guess. Ready? Let's see. Power receptacle there. Looks like our exit there. Lasers here. What's there? Oh, cube dispenser. Must be a deflection cube, because I got no other way to route this laser. Okay. So first things first, let's get a cube. Should be able to fling myself there, I think. Yes. Of course I need to press the damn button first, didn't I? Where's the button? Button's over there. We can get up there. How do I get to that button now? Oh, that way. Should have left the other color. That's all right. Needs to go that way. Oh, wait, I've got to send it through this wall. But I also need to fling myself up here. Do I? Actually, what's up there? I'm not even sure. Let's find out.
Look at you, sailing through the air majestically, like an eagle, piloting a blimp.
Hey there. Okay, once I'm up here, I can change the portals on both sides. Alright, I should be okay. So, if I set the laser first... Ouch. I can still fling myself where I need to be. Okay, that should work. Welcome back, Katie. I'm doing okay. How are you? I was asking questions, but you had stepped away. I was wondering if you had finished Portal 2 yet. You said
Enjoy
you
this
said you had
next
started
test.
playing it.
I'm going to go to the surface. It's a beautiful day out. Yesterday I saw a deer. If you solve this next test, maybe I'll let you ride an elevator all the way up to the break room. And I'll tell you about the
Oh, no
time I
problem.
saw a deer again.
Alright, so we're up to level 10 of 22. So we got catapults, we got deflection cubes, we got... I'm not sure what else. Not got into it yet, just in the hotel room still. Oh, still early, okay. But you played it before, I know, right? So none of this is spoilers for you. Did I the door closed, never mind. The heck? Yeah, I think I get to Wheatley's levels before. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see what's going on up there. So we got a laser over there. Can't tell what it's hitting. Catapult will send me where? I'm not really sure. Which direction? This way. So, laser's already using a power receptacle, but I don't know what it's controlling. And we got something another level up. Looks like another circuit to drop a cube. How the heck do I get up there? Alrighty. What else can we see from here? I got a portable floor. I could probably fling myself somewhere. Useful. That's a glass wall. Looks like it's articulated though, so if I could fling myself, might be able to... Well, I'm not sure. What's that? It looks articulated. Maybe that comes in use some kind of way? Maybe something I can stand on? I don't know. I don't see a control circuit to it, though. I have to assume there's a switch up there that controls that cube drop. Alright, let me see. So if I fling myself with the catapult, where am I going? It looks to me like I just arc right into that damn laser. That wouldn't be any fun. Oh, I can see the switch now. And another set of articulated panels. Alright, first things first. I don't think I can use that yet. I think I'd end up just crashing right into that glass or get burned by the damn laser. Let's see where I end up if I fling myself like this. Not far enough. Okay. That's not gonna get me there. Alright. What else can I do? It's not portable. Portable. I mean, there's a cube there. Can I fling myself there and grab that cube, maybe? Nothing else there. Let me look this way just to see what else we can see. Yeah, there's nothing over there but the cube. Let's just test this catapult. I mean... I'm thinking I might just crash into the laser or something, but let's just see what it does anyway. This is all about science. Alright, so I just crashed into these glass walls, but it didn't really hurt. So if I interrupt this laser, these walls get dropped, but that doesn't really gain me anything obvious. What do these do? Still don't know what these do. What else we got? Another set of glass panels up on the third story there. And a switch that controls them of some sort. Can't see what type. I don't know if it's a cube or a push button or whatever it is. Okay, so we got 3 levels of stuff to do. This room always confuses me, says Katie. Yeah, I don't really have a recollection of this room or any rooms, really, so far. But the puzzles in this are definitely more involved than in Portal 1. I mean, we got some new mechanics, but it's not the mechanics, it's just... It seems to me the hardest thing is, in some of these rooms, just figuring out what to do first. Looks like something I'm supposed to do up there. I see a red glow, but... It's not obvious what I'm supposed to do. Where's the cube go? Yeah, I know. I don't know yet. I mean, I can see there's a cube there. But on top of that, there's a cube dispenser there. So I'm supposed to probably... I'm guessing I'm supposed to get a deflection cube from that dispenser. But I have to see how to get up there. And I'm supposed to use that cube for something else. But I don't know what yet. And... I don't know what else. Let me take another look across there. Is there a place I can put a portal higher where just to look, just for recon? That's about as high as I can look right now, I guess. Okay, so that's a button switch that drops a cube out of there, but I don't know where to put it. Hang on. So I saw like a ledge behind those glass walls, but I can't quite see it from here. It's right up there. Oh no, or is it? No. Nah, it's in that direction, but I can't exactly see it. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do up there. I don't even know how to get there. I don't even know how to get over there to get that cube. I tried flinging from this wall, but I just landed there. That didn't really take me anywhere. Maybe I can fling over there from this wall. Let's see where that takes us. Maybe that'll give us another clue. Alright, so that got us there. So we can take this cube. Now, as far as what to do with it, I don't know. Alright, let's go from here. I don't think I can jump that far, can I? Probably not, but let's try anyway. Nah, I can't. Alright. No big deal. Alright, so we got our cube, but what to do with it? Block the beam, perhaps. Yeah, that's true. I could block the beam. That'll lower the wall. Yeah, that's the most obvious thing. Let's try it real quick. Alright. And now what? Up there? I guess. Guess we might as well go see what's up there. Where the hell am I? Hang on. Oh, I'm on that third level. Okay. How the heck did I get up here? I'm totally disoriented for a minute. Okay, so I can see over there now. That's where the exit is. I need a cube to get on that button. That'll let me out. How do I get there, though? I need to lower this wall and fling again, I guess? Let's get a cube while we're up here. Oh, it's a deflection cube. Where'd it go? Oh, it flung up here. How convenient. Okay. Not what I expected, but that's okay. It's progress. One piece of the puzzle at a time. So, alright, so I gotta get power from that laser here. Some kind of way. How did I get there? I don't remember now. I lowered that wall. I hit the catapult. I went past where the wall was and then bounced against those. Those are like springs of some sort. And ended up here. Okay. So I gotta get down there with this. And deflect the laser to go where? To end up here. But where do I need to deflect the laser to? Maybe like... like there-ish, I guess? Like right there? Alright, let me see. I left a portal where? Where am I? Where's that hole? I don't remember. Alright, let me see. So, just recon that. If I place blue there, does that look directly at the... Yes, that's on the same level pretty much. Alright. So I gotta put the deflection cube right there so it comes through this hole, energizes that receptacle, lowers this wall. Then I'm guessing when I catapult again, it'll do a triple. It'll go past one wall, bounce against those springs, come past here, bounce against that spring, or vice versa, really. And then we'll end up at the exit. Alright, I think I see the way to go. I just gotta figure the right order. So I gotta take the deflection cube downstairs, and I need the standard cube or whatever. I gotta take that with me, and then we'll bounce to this ledge. Alright. I see. Alright, let's go down. Let's take this one out. Just get out of my way. And then we'll put this one here. That's okay. Upper wall lowered. Yes. Solve them puzzles. Boosa! How you doing, Boosa? Boosa, Boosa! If I could only spell, Boosa. Trying to shout you out there. Shout out for Boosa, Boosa. Boosa, are you, looks like you were playing Torment Remothered again tonight? I saw you were streaming when I started, but I didn't catch what you were streaming. You beat it tonight. Oh, GG, Boosa. Congratulations. So even though you don't normally stream in the evening, sounds like a productive pair of evenings for you. Because you just started that game last night, right? That's pretty cool. Booster says, yeah, my evening streams are going very well here lately. My schedule may need to shift a bit. Yeah, cool. Inshane says, yes, I managed to find the right dungeon. GG, Inshane. So how many hours was that of, you know, total play thing for that game, Booster? Let me check. Okay. Congratulations either way. That's pretty cool. Alright, so do we have the way out? I think we do. Let me just make sure we don't derp too hard getting out of here. Alright, looks like the path is clear. Let's go. Woohoo! I think we made it.
Well, you passed the test. I didn't see the deer today.
She sounds
I
so
did see
bitter.
some humans. But with you here, I've got more test subjects than I'll ever need.
Booster says, little over 7 hours even with my getting lost. Okay, cool. Well worth it, cool game. Very nice. And Shane says, yeah, I can roll evade. Okay. And it doesn't belly flops anymore. Cool. Cool, Booster. I'm glad to hear it, man. Booster says, oh, you're playing in Remnant in Shane. Yeah, I think so. You familiar with that one, Booster? Alright, let's see what we got here. Oh, I remember these. Hard light bridges. You know what? I think I remember seeing these. I started to say in Halo 4 first, but this came out before Halo 4, so I guess they were in here first. Well, no, they were in Halo 1, not just Halo 4. Never mind. Light bridges, that is. Booster says, yeah, very familiar, one of my faves. Cool. And Jay says, been a love-hate relationship so far. Right. Yeah, he said that earlier. Katie says, oh yeah, Remnant is free on Epic this week, right? Okay. And Busa with 200 bits. Thank you for the cheer, Busa. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. And Shane said, I started today. Okay. And I played mostly all day so far. Okay. Let's pause for a second here. All right, folks. Sorry for the pause here in the game. I was debating doing another level or kind of wrapping the stream here. We've kind of hit the bewitching hour when I normally turn into a streaming pumpkin. So I think, however, though, I am going to wrap the stream. We've been streaming about 3 hours, which is my average, as most people know. And I was just looking around for a raid victim while we're at it. All right, so let's pick our raid victim. Make sure they are still streaming, and it appears that they are. So yeah, this is somebody that I just started following last week because they were playing Portal 2. And I just kind of was lurking on the stream. So right now they're not playing Portal 2. But we're going to raid. Her name is Champa Kubra. Currently she's playing Tomb Raider. But yeah, like I said, she was doing Portal 2 co-op with a friend of hers during the week last week, and I just happened to catch her and I was following her. Also appreciate the new sub from Vox Maroon, if he's still hanging out. Thank you, Vox. Really appreciate that. And thank you also for the bits, Boosa. Really glad for all the support and love. And let's go say hi to Champa Kubra. And everybody have a great night. I'll talk to you soon.
You're breathtaking. You're all breathtaking.